Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic host of Bachelor Nation News, returning from our mobile studio in Kentucky. And we've got Gabby responding to the backlash from her and Rachel's arrival on Bachelor in Paradise. She says people were not happy with our behavior, and some commenters were really not happy. Someone said they were trying to convince Kate to leave Logan. He has been nothing but patient with her. Rachel hates him because he didn't want her, and Gabby is hating him because Rachel tells her to. They are just a joke at this point. So it hasn't been lost on the leads that they received a lot of backlash from these comments. So let's go to what Gabby had to say on Chicks in the Office podcast.
It's so great. Well, Gabby, I know. Well, we have you on here, so we have to ask because you had a brief Paradise appearance this week. How did that go, and what did you think you were there for?
I mean, who knows, honestly. Yeah, we're like, our time's over. Like, it's going to be fun to be a fly on the wall and just, like, whatever, like, talk shit, be involved in, like, a dating show that doesn't involve us. But it sounds like some people were not happy with our behavior and trash talking Logan. I'm like, what else are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
I don't hate Gabby's response here. Like, look, I've always said this. Don't apologize if you're not sorry for something. You know, we have nothing, like, our society is nonstop people apologizing for things they're not sorry for. So she's not sorry. She said, what am I supposed to do? We talk trash about him. Now, does that make it right? No. Does it give the audience the chance to decide if they want to support Gabby? Yes. If they feel like they want to unfollow her, they can unfollow her. This is what you're going to get.
You know, like, girls like to gossip, but ultimately it's like the person who's dating them, it's their choice. And we could only speak from experience. That's like all dating is. And I feel like it's like we're on reality TV, on dating shows. Like, what else kind of do you expect, you know? But didn't quite know our place for sure.
Yeah.
What else do you expect? I don't know. Class, maybe? Okay, so look, if Gabby and Rachel were watching Bachelor in Paradise as it played out and got to see that Logan is pretty much bulletproof from the villain edit at this point. And now, again, of course, if anyone does something that they rightfully deserve, that's one thing. But the villain edit is essentially the show having carte blanche at being able to portray someone a certain way and the audience believing it. That hasn't happened with Logan. He snaps back on Instagram and on TikTok. He's super funny. He's likable. There's a reason people are lining up to see him. If you're in line to date Logan from Bachelor in Paradise, stay in line. It's your constitutional right. Of course, this is a play on voting, when the voting polls are extra long. So anyway, the question has been asked, why do people hate Rachel so much? I was just reading the comments in this Instagram, which I'll share for you on the Bachelor in Paradise account, and I was shocked to see 99% of the comments are bashing Rachel, and many bashing both Rachel and Gabby. I also checked a few Facebook groups, and they're all bashing Rachel as well. Twitter's also having a field day bashing Rachel. I don't think anyone's ever agreed on everything so much as they wanted to bash Rachel. I don't think I've ever seen a Bachelorette as hated as Rachel. Why is that? There were things she did I didn't agree with. I, too, hated how she bashed Logan, but I don't think she deserves this much hatred and vitriol. Look, I can't speak for the hatred and vitriol coming from other people because I don't have hatred for Rachel. I actually really like Rachel. I like Rachel in the way I like Claire, and I like Katie in that they're complicated people. They're going to wear their emotions on their sleeve. If they feel bitter or scorned, they're going to call it out. She felt a certain way about Logan. Now, as an audience, as a neutral party in all of this, we watch Logan break up with Rachel, and we see his in the moments and the behind the scenes, and we go, oh, Logan looks like he's just trying his best. You know, he wasn't that into Rachel. He wanted to let her go. So he tried one with Gabby, and next, caught COVID, or he's, whatever went down, COVID, and then he's on Bachelor in Paradise, and Rachel has a different story. Now, lucky for us, we get to watch all the in the moments and see how it all plays out. And the story we have has a little bit more grace and compassion for Logan's tale and less for Rachel's. It's just a good example. We talked about crisis PR before, crisis PR being how we deal with things, during a time of controversy. And as far as Rachel's concerned, like, look, you got the hero edit, you got cheated on, you have all these things going for you. Now, don't get me wrong. When she filmed this on Bachelor in Paradise, she still hadn't had to deal with the breakup with Tino and all those other things. So she might have just been in some lover's high, can do no wrong. I, like other people out there, can tell you sometimes we have no idea how hurtful we can be in the moment, and then it takes a while to think about it. Of course, Gabby didn't apologize, and we haven't heard from Rachel yet, but these are the comments. I mean, people are going to tell you how they feel. I ended up with nobody, so you definitely won't either, Logan. Someone who is happy with himself and their relationship doesn't do that. Of course, at the time, Rachel was still with Tino. Literally, why are they there? No more Gabby and Rachel, please. Hard pass. Not wasting another minute on TV dedicated to Rachel or Gabby. Can't be done with those two already. Worst season ever. Why ruin Paradise 2? I'll be fast forwarding when they're on. Now, look. Instagram isn't the nicest place, but there's a lot of people, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, that feel the same way about Rachel, that they don't like the way she came off here. And like I said before, when you're upset at how something was handled, or you want to take it out on somebody, you don't realize, like I think in this instance, Rachel doesn't realize she was the one in the position of power, being that she was the one with she was the one getting paid. Logan was the contestant. She was the lead. So when even though like she feels like Logan dumped me, I can warn others about him. What she doesn't realize is that he's actually kind of like a fan favorite right now. People are rooting Logan on, of course, in the battle that Logan has with the shallow Kate Gallivan. Shallow water, careful, do not dive head first. All right, we're going to take a hard switch to a different topic here, a very serious one. Katie Thurston posted this to her LGBTQ family. I woke up to the news about the Colorado Springs shooting at Club Q last night. My heart goes out to the families of the 5 people who lost their lives. My heart goes out to the 18 people injured. My heart goes out to community who had to witness such horrible actions last night. I will continue to fight relentlessly by your side. While there continues to be evil and hate in this world, know that love is the most powerful thing. You are so loved and supported by many. You have an army standing behind you who will never stop fighting for you. I'm sorry these times often feel dark and scary. You are a light in this world, and I'm thankful for you. I often tell this story about this night I had in Chelsea, which is a gay-friendly community in New York City. New York City itself is gay-friendly. Chelsea's very gay-friendly. And by gay-friendly, people can hold hands and kiss and not wonder if they're going to be yelled at or judged or have somebody, not treading on them lightly, as it were. There are plenty of gay-friendly places in other pockets of the world, but there's also plenty of places where gays it is illegal to be that way. Maybe not in our country, but it can still be a dangerous place. So for the shooting that happened the other night, it is devastating. Dan Savage posted this. And let me just finish my thoughts. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place. So I'm going to be staying in Chelsea in New York City next week. And this one core experience I have, because I worked on the movie Normal Heart, the miniseries, and that movie was filmed with a majority of a gay cast. And you get to see that movie that took place based on the AIDS pandemic in the 1980s. And while it was being filmed, there was major legislation being approved in New York City at that time with regards to gay rights. So I got to see firsthand people hugging, crying, feeling heard and valued and all these things. And it was very powerful. Secondly, that same time period, I was at a drag show, a karaoke drag show, probably one of the only straight people there. And there was this beautiful moment where a guy brought his dad, this gay guy brought his dad to the drag show, assuming the dad was straight, and everyone cheered, and there was this like fun camaraderie that took place in a time where people are afraid to come out to their parents or afraid to come out to certain people or live in a certain community. And that's not everywhere, but it still exists. And we see that here. It's not just that gay bars are supposed to be a safe space. People who hate queer people want us to keep it private, behind closed doors, someplace they don't have to see it. And the doors of a gay bar are doors we keep it behind, a place we can go and be together and not bother them with the fact of our existence. And behind those doors is a place we can forget they exist. Not straight people. There are straight people in gay bars and clubs, our friends. But behind those doors we can forget, we can suspend our disbelief and pretend the haters don't exist, just for a few hours. An attack like this says, not even here. Behind closed doors isn't good enough for them. It's not that they want us to exist out of sight. They don't want us to exist at all. So if we're not safe in there behind closed doors where they say they want us, we have no choice but to fight to make it safe everywhere for all LGBT people. Out of the bars and into the streets. That was a chant heard during the Stonewall riots. The modern LGBT civil rights movement began with an attack on a bunch of queer people, gay men, drag queens, trans women, butch dykes being themselves behind closed doors. The raid on the Stonewall Inn was state-sponsored violence. The attack on Club Q in Colorado Springs last night, well, we're waiting on the full details, but it looks like GOP-sponsored violence. Not just the logical result of the groomer blood libel, but the goal. They used to say there was something wrong with us because we only gathered in seedy bars, but that was where they herded us. That was the only space we were allowed. And when they attacked us in a gay bar one time too many, we poured out of not just that bar, but of all of them, into the streets. Behind closed doors was never enough. They knocked down those doors and arrested us in bedrooms and evicted us from our apartments and fired us from our jobs and made something that's already hard to do, loving another human being, almost impossible. We fought back then, and we fought back last night. So very powerful stuff out there. If any of this makes you feel a certain way, maybe defensive because you don't think this is political or this or that, be the change you want to see. Be the change within your political party, within your community, within your friend circle, wherever it is that you see hate or vitriol or misguided anger. Just help be the change. Shine light on that. Hug somebody. And talk to them. It's Thanksgiving. We're going to be experiencing a lot of mixed conversations with friends and family that we see this week. Be the change. Start with love. All right, more content coming your way.